Good morning. How's everybody doing? And it's a cracker here today. It's beautiful blue skies, but I don't know what the wind's like. It's been very windy. And obviously with the festival coming up in 5 days, we've got 2 tickets left. So if you want to come, grab these 2 tickets because it's going to be a phenomenal weekend of fun, meeting loads of fascinating people that have healed themselves. If you've been struggling with your health, you're going to get tons of great tips. If you're interested in prevention and how you can make sure your family's microbiome and mental health is getting the best possible opportunity, then you need to get here. So we're just so excited. Every time I look at the programme, I'm just like, I feel so grateful to the people that are just stepping up. You know, I was reading Peter McCullough's Substack on how to reverse damage from the jab. And then you have to pay for it. And you're just like, it drives me insane. You know, being well, getting well, staying well. We have to share this information for free. And obviously people have to pay their bills, but it's also really important that the information is there for you in a really easy to digest manner, and a support group there for you if you are ready and willing to take the steps to look after this thing we call the body. So Love Your Lymph and Liver month 4 of the year, can you believe it? Intermittent fasting, breath work, mindfulness, letting go, and meditation. And now we're looking specifically at the liver. It's spring, it's the wood element, it's green in colour, it's the dragon, and it's the spring energy. I think we're all feeling it, maybe still a little bit lethargic. I'm on day 11 or 12, day 12 of the parasite cleanse, which I have to tell you is the easiest cleanse I've ever done in my entire life. These tiny wee pills, it's so difficult for me to get my head around these small things. And I think this is the thing as well, when we're really looking at the liver, there's lots of small things that you can do. I am very aware of the time constraint and financial constraints that some people are under, especially if you've got young kids and you're running about like a headless chicken. But even if you don't have young kids, you know, you can still be very busy. You maybe don't really know how busy you can be yet. But anyway, if you're feeling the time constraints, there's things that you can do for the liver that take no time. And obviously one of the big things is the packing. Castor oil with a few, I love frankincense. It's good enough for the baby Jesus, good enough for me. Putting that into a pack or a bit of kitchen roll, putting a tighter vest on and packing your liver and allowing the frequencies of that very powerful oil and that 2 oils, the frankincense oil and the castor oil, to help draw the toxicity and send that high frequency vibration through the body. If we start to look at it all as frequency and vibration, green's a frequency. And this is the brilliant stuff about all the energy medicine we're doing now, is like, well, that's that frequency, that's that frequency. This is getting your brain onto that level. We're starting to understand the power of sound to change the frequencies of the brain, to put the heart and brain into coherence, and how all that filters down into that powerful detox organ we call the liver and out through the rest of the body. So again, this is a totally holistic overview on your body, which is really the thing that we have to get through our heads. So, and the whole reason I'm doing these free challenges every month, is to give you this information for free and to hopefully really help you to see it in a different way so that you can engage in a much cleaner, clearer way. Good morning. With the liver and the understanding of that being inside your body that's doing all this hard work. And, you know, aging is also, it's degeneration, but you may look around you and see young people are degenerating too now because ultra processed food, there's chemicals and poisons everywhere we look. And I don't mean to scare you. When I did my nutrition course, I became absolutely obsessed, and that doesn't help either. But what we need to do is realize that a lot of the stuff that we're buying in shops is not serving the body well. So we have to, maybe today we can't get organic, fresh, delicious, amazing food, but how are we going to create that in the future so that we can stay well, so that this body can stay alive and vital and excited about whatever it is we're going to have in store? So what do we know about the liver? It's a detox organ. It's one of the drains, and you can't really separate it from the gallbladder. But let's just talk about the liver specifically, because anything you do to help that is going to help your kidneys and your gallbladder too. So that's the drain, if you imagine in your shower, everything's going through, and you can't. Well, I ate well this week. I mean, I did this, but think about everything you've done since you were born, and maybe even before that. Think what you've put this organ through. And think about the emotional side to the anger, the suppressed anger, maybe the overexpressed anger, and the generosity of the spirit and the boundaries. So this organ is it's responding to how we're feeling. And if we've been pushing stuff down, not getting things off our chest, literally, and getting things off our liver. So the emotional side is critical. You cannot, and absolutely, if you're going to heal truly and be this bundle of vibrating, massive joy and unconditional love, that has to be addressed. So that's what we did yesterday on the live. You can go back and look. We looked at how we can visualize the liver back to great health. It's a hugely, phenomenally regenerative organ, as all our organs are. We've been led to believe that we're powerless over this body, and that's incurable. That's bullshit. I call bullshit on that. You have to override the old stories, the old paradigms, the idea that you're just a big solid meat suit, and start to realize that you're an energy system that has phenomenal potential, and only you can decide if you want to believe that or not. Maybe it's difficult to believe. Maybe you felt like a victim of the body. You feel like you're trying your hardest, because I can tell you right now, the diet can often not be enough. It's the emotional side and the suppressed beliefs and the hostile perception and taking on other people's points of view. That whole emotional side, German New Medicine, is phenomenally powerful and is having a huge impact. And when we start to take straws off the camel's back, i.e. we're like, right, let's help this body. Let's look at this anger. Who am I angry at? I'm angry at myself. I'm angry at the body. What information am I sending to every cell in the body? But particularly if I get you right now, think about your big toe. Focus on your big toe, and actually maybe just use your fingers to squeeze your big toe. Now, right now, and along the side of the toe, the liver meridian, I think, goes in down there somewhere. I'm not an expert on this. I'm just learning all this. So the liver meridian comes from underneath the breast, runs the way down through the groin and into the inside of the leg down to the toe. So that's an invisible electrical line that is running down the body, where stuff can get on the emotional side, because we have the emotional mental side of the body, which is the energetic side, and then we have the actual physical side. And with things like EFT, we can focus on the meridian system, and we can use our imagination, to cleanse that meridian with very deliberate, focused on that line. We can go actually into the liver as an organ, see it green, see it healing, sending it love, because that frequency of unconditional love is where everything resets, reorganizes itself back to balance. So, that's Joe Dispenza's work, is get yourself into that frequency where the intelligence will do the work. But we, on this more earthly physical plane, can actually physically, mentally and emotionally affect the organ deliberately rather than non-deliberately. So we're conscious about what we're doing rather than unconscious, and running these old programs and patterns behind in the scenes that's running the show. Because you can say, well, yes, I am healing, but your body's like feeling exhausted and tired, and it doesn't feel like that. And this is the challenge, is to get the conscious and the subconscious mind into alignment. And all we're doing with these monthly challenges, and keep them all going, so that you understand the impact you have on your body. So let's do the big 6. Let me go over here a bit. So rubbing along the collarbone. And again, you can bring in, think of the colour green. You can take your focus to the liver here, just under here. That's it. And keep breathing. I am cleansing, I am clearing, I am healing. I am a powerful being, so you can utilize this time in so many other ways. Into the neck, and just be loving and kind. I'm in a high vibrational state. I allow my body to regain balance and homeostasis. I'm not even counting here, so just do it in your own time. You might be a details person. And then here. So really we're moving the limbs. So think about that. It's spring, the new clean water's coming in, the regeneration. It's all new, the energy's coming out and it's going through. We've got the flow. I'm very, very excited to have Neil McEnroy doing the opening ceremony with me at the festival. We're going to be talking about health and wealth and how they're intrinsically linked. A bit of a juggle going on there. Into your belly. Yeah, and just think about all these organs. What the daily work they're doing. 80% of your daily energy going and digesting your food. Think of that. You know, I mean, that's a lot of energy. And then into the groin area. And again, these joints are the bottlenecks. This is where stuff can get stuck and can become a bit messy and a bit putrid. So all you're really doing is it's like taking the toilet brush up round the rim and into you're just helping get the dirt out and move it along in behind the back of the knees. I mean, this is such a simple thing. Good morning, Liz. How you doing? Good to see you. We need to chat. So intrigued as what you're doing. Okay, so that's the big six. So now what we're going to do is just a simple yoga move. Now, let me see. On your knees like this, you will find that there's lots of qigong and yoga poses that you can do to assist this liver process. Now, I'm taking these homeopathic remedies to kill the parasites that have been inhabiting my digestive system. And I'm taking that diatomaceous earth, that one, you know, every day, a tablespoon of that every day under the guidance of the amazing Giovanna Franklin. And so I'm taking that, lots of water, I've got colloidal silver, I've got an amp coil, I've got a far infrared sauna. I mean, everything's going at this. Visualization for the liver, because that's going to really, if the liver is stagnant, you'll get what we call the Hertz reaction, the detox symptoms, and you can feel far worse. For me, it usually exhibits in fatigue. Sometimes it can be headachy, just a bit of a stuckness. So these moves really assist the body. Now, this is a good digestion pose anyway after dinner. It's just to sit like this, get yourself nice and straight. Now, you can do this in a chair. If you can't get down on your knees, and I know some people can't, just sitting in your chair and just taking one hand behind your back and the other, and all you're really doing, as you can see, is stretching out your midriff. And you probably, if you can grab hold of your hands there and just, you can go into the stretch. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Just stretch out and breathe as well. Breathing in and out. And stretch it out as you breathe out. Breathing in and out. Do another one. And out. Now, as I was saying, the liver meridian's starting here, so you're stretching it out and all the way down to your big toe. So now you feel the pressure on your feet. I mean, it's really not rocket science. You can call it fancy dancy names, but you're sitting in the body and you're stretching out so that these meridians, these muscles, these organs are getting moved. Because as soon as if you want to clean anything, you need a bit of movement, don't you? Whether it's a toilet brush, scrubbing the bath, change around, breathing in and out. Just take it easy if you've got a sore neck. It's not a competition, it's just moving your body. Breathing in and out. And in and out. Okay. And then you can just come over again on, you're just going to put your head, hands just behind your back like this, and your head onto the ground. And again, breathe. And you can probably feel, just stay down in that position. And you can probably feel the compression in your digestive system. You know, we like to separate things up, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin D, you know, but really we need to be looking at it as a holistic system. And really what we're just doing is saying, let's give the body a hand. So you can feel, and again, you can really take your yi there. You can be very mindful when you're doing this. So you're taking your attention to the liver area, thinking of it beautifully hydrated and clean and clear, and putting that green colour in there, and looking if there's any anger I've been holding from the past, I'm releasing it now. I call this Let It Goga. So you're just breathing into that position, and you can stay there. I'm loving the yin yoga where you just stay in that position. Just give the body time, because boy, are we impatient, aren't we? Well, I want to be well now. So it's very, very interesting. It's the mind. As far as I can see, everything starts and finishes in the mind. But what's brilliant is, yes, I know, diatomaceous earth. Yeah, thanks, Liz. For some reason, I've got a mental block about saying that. So that's your liver. And I really, really hope, please feed back to me. Are you learning about it? Is it starting to make a lot more sense? Are you realizing that you're impacting on your organs and that you can do simple things to move the energy? But, you know, arguably, and this is what Joe Dispenza did when he was paralyzed, he just lay in bed and visualized and sent the information through his mind. And we know, even when it comes to nutrition, you can eat anything you want and then love it into a different chemistry. The power we have up here is quite literally mind-blowing. But the thing is, would we take that time? Would we actually, you know, is it better to do it or imagine it? It's like when Christopher Reeves was paralyzed, you know, and he was imagining going to the gym. Would you rather just go to the gym, or would you imagine it? Or would you rather not do any? Would you rather go for a beautiful long walk in nature through the forest, up the hills? Yeah, find your thing. There's so many different ways to heal. There's so many different ways, angles to look at the liver. You know, Qigong, beautiful Qigong movements. I did some Qigong last week with shining, I think it's Shining Brightly Shining, through in Edinburgh. Oh my God, it was amazing. And it's so slow, because I was a high impact aerobics teacher, jumping about, and I still love that. I love getting that energy going, really feeling your heart rate up, etc. But we've been kind of tricked into believing that's the only way to get movement and to move the stagnant energy, and it's absolutely not. I mean, the thing with Qigong is, in actual fact, it's so slow, it's quite difficult to keep it going as slowly as that. We'll do some of these movements tomorrow. So there's something for everyone, you know, and people are always trying to sell you stuff. This is, you know, and usually they're selling you what worked for them, or they're selling you something that they believe will help you. But it's trying to get the agenda out of healing. There's no reason for me to tell you about the liver and the wood and all that, except to help you understand that you're a phenomenally magnificent part of nature interacting with the rest of nature, and it's all interconnected in seasons, the cycles, all of that, and that everybody's powerful, incredibly powerful, and has the power to influence their organs, their cells, their blood flow, all of that. And when we set up the pop-up healing centre up in the Hebridean Inn, you'll be able to come and immerse yourself in this stuff and really come back out. I'm going to have Scotland's Wild Medicine are going to take the first week in January and the last week in February. And it'll all be about this work, about understanding the body for what it is, how you influence it with your perception and your beliefs primarily, because that's what's driving your behaviour. That's what's absolutely 100% helping you to get well or get sicker. We also, the other thing, let me tell you what I see is candida and fungus and infections that get completely out of control when somebody's got cancer, and especially further down the line, and especially if they've had a lot of treatment, and that can take you out. So that has to be addressed too. But can that, Joe Dispenza's work has shown us that people are healing all sorts of stuff. Food allergies, how does that work? When a food allergy is healed with meditation, what's happening to the microbiome there? So, is this on every morning this time? Well, I loved it. Well, not every morning. Yeah, Wednesday, Nicola will be here. Tomorrow, I'll be here. Usually, yep, we're on here at 7:30, going on about something amazing. Okay, so you have an amazing, regenerative, phenomenal detox organ hanging out under your rib cage there, green in colour. Spring is the time. The greens, the nettles. Come on, the nettles. Go and chop some nettles up. Get some. I just take my rubber gloves on and go out into the garden and get them where the dogs are not peeing on them. Blanch them. You can chuck them in your salad. The young dandelion leaves. The petals of the dandelions. There's loads of greens around. Read the book, get the book and see it all, and assist it with what you're eating, of course, what you're drinking. Flush, 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 flush. The more you drink, the more you shrink. What we're usually trying to do is get stuff that's in the body out, and then we're sending in the repair, the building bricks for restoration and regeneration instead of degeneration. So we've got all of these tools now, so there's no excuse. And I was talking to my friend yesterday, and she can't believe how much better she's feeling after, I think it's 6 days or 7 days, she's been on this kind of elimination diet. And she's like, oh my God. And that's again what my friend John Angus says. Feeling great is not that far away for a lot of us. For some of us, maybe more. But if you're in already pretty good health and you're just feeling a bit sluggish, that's the time to get in. Help this baby. Pack it with castor oil. Love it. Visualize it. Do some yoga moves for it. Do some qigong moves for it. Feed it the greens. All of these things going to help you. Breathing, breath work, phenomenal detoxing. Don't eat at night. Give it it's detoxing between 1 and 3. Give it the time to do what it needs to do, and it will, and you will be amazed. I've not run my immersion retreat for a few years now, thanks to the lockdowns. But I used to run a week in Malta, and it always blew me away, the difference in people in 1 week. You're just like, oh my God, how the body responds to, don't get me wrong, out there, the Mediterranean, the blue skies, the sea, intermittent fasting, tons of veggies in. Dramatic changes in a week. So imagine what you can do. Find your tribe, get on this healing bandwagon and prevent and heal the body. Anyway, enough from me. Have an amazing day, and I will see you really soon. Ciao.